Welcome to Reupholstery for Dummies. Now, step 1 is going to be assessing the damage and disassembly. You can see some pretty nasty gouges here on the driver's side. So, first step is going to be removing some of these bolts that hold in the seat itself, and it's a good idea to disconnect your battery just in case you have any electrical issues. Now with the seat out on the table, we can see that there's some pretty significant damage to the side bolsters, as well as some sagging in the middle. The back seems to be in pretty good shape, but we're going to replace that too. Moving around back, this rear cover also sustained some damage, so we're going to fix that too. To start our disassembly process, there's going to be multiple of these little plastic covers that we need to take off, and also some electrical connectors underneath. To give us a little more space, we're going to snip this little zip tie and pull this cord out of the way. This side control panel is connected to the seat via this one long bracket, and you can see these plastic clips here. With these plastic clips disconnected, we can slide this out of there. It's a bit of a tight fit. Now we can remove the bracket itself. It's held on by a bolt here and another bolt here, and we can get this little clip out of the way as well. There's multiple of these little bungee clips we have to take care of and try to remember where they come from. Now we're going to split the two halves of the seat apart using these two big bolts on the side. And this is a triple square bit, not very common. Now with the seats disconnected, we have a lot more access to get stuff done. And keep these wires in mind, we don't want to pull on those. On the back side of the seat, we have these long clips that we can pop off. With those main clips taken care of, we can start to pull off the cover itself. Now, along all the seams, there are these tiny little plastic clips. There's about 15 on the back and 10 on the bottom. This is an incredibly tedious process, and this is probably the part where you want to crack your favorite adult beverage. We can start a little side quest here and take care of the headrest. It's pretty simple compared to the rest. And with the tedious parts complete, we can start with step 2, dealing with the covers. Now, it's a good idea to mark some of these seams. So right where these two pieces connect, I'm going to make a little mark. Same thing over here. And then we start the second most tedious process, which is ripping apart all of these seams. And after all the seams are ripped, these are all of the pieces that make up the back of the seat. And here are the pieces that make up the bottom. We'll lay out all these pieces on the new material so that we can trace them out. Here's what it looks like for the entire bottom of the seat. And once you have everything drawn out, you can start to cut. Once everything's cut out, we can start putting them together. And you can see those little tick marks we made from earlier. And we just transfer those onto the new pieces. We're using these little plastic clips to temporarily align everything to make it easier to line up the seam on the machine. It's similar to using a pin, but we don't have to poke through the material and ruin our leather. Now, hopping over to the machine, this is a pretty simple stitch. We're going to make sure to reverse and double back on our starting point. And then we can start our seam. Every time we approach one of those clips, we can just pull it off and keep going. And as we approach the end here, we'll remove our final clip, get to the end of the seam. We're going to double back one more time. And then officially, we finish our first seam. We can double check the seam by pulling it apart. As you can see, we have some nice even thread. Another aspect of the project is sewing on these little plastic clip bars. It's a little bit trickier, but just take your time, it'll be alright. Once again, we're going to double back. And this just makes sure that the seam doesn't unravel. A little more sewing. And some more. And eventually, you have a seat back. And with that, we can start step 3, which is reassembly. And this is going to start with those little clips we talked about earlier. They have to press into each one of these seams. You'll hear the click as you keep going. Now we're going to get these 2 big bolts attached again. And the 2 on the other side. And now we can start to take care of these clips on the back side. These are far easier compared to the rest. Now, if you remember from earlier, this back panel was not attached, and this little bracket was the culprit. So we're going to take some Gorilla Glue, place a nice big bead all along the back, and then clamp it overnight. We have some other little clips, and then we can start to take care of the side panel. With the bracket attached, it's just a matter of wiggling the whole control panel back into its place. And we can't forget these electrical connectors. Another little side panel, and we are fully assembled. This project turned out super good. I'm really happy with the results. But we're not done yet. With the seats out, you're going to have unparalleled access to the carpets underneath your seat. So take a minute, clean them up, and then we can get back to putting the seat in the car. There's 4 bolts holding the seat in the car. 2 in the rear. Slide the seat back. And 2 more in the front. We can pop our headrest back in. And we are officially complete.